In the bottom left, we're gonna have Marion in the blue trunks. Marion obviously going for the aggressive house first against his opponent in the top right hand corner in the red trunks. It's gonna be SC Shadow. SC Shadow looks like he's gonna go for a fast expand build, which I don't know how well it's going to do against this build under Marion. Marion's been facing fast expand all day and tearing through them. This is obviously something Marion's been doing a lot on just ladder and everything else, so he clearly knows how to get the most damage out of his wolves. So SC Shadow is going to run over and scout this quickly, but even before it leaves the base, the wolf is already on its way. There we go, it finishes up. Well, it is going to give it a little tickle, but this build out of Marion actually hits so early. Like normally at about 120, 125 you'd throw down your tower and be safe from the wolf rush. Like you literally get it out as early as you can, throw down the tower and you'll be safe. But with this build out of Marion, it actually just makes all of that not worth it. So this wolf is going to be a little bit annoying, waste some more mining time, and just see if he can set himself up to go with the rest of the wolves as soon as they arrive. The second wolf is on the way now, and Marion just sort of dancing back and forth and do some damage. The tower's halfway done, and Shadow will actually get this up. So unlike the rest of Marion's opponents today, Shadow actually handling this really well. He's obviously a little bit more flexible than some of our veterans. Marion's going to get into the main base and possibly do a little bit more damage, but I'll be surprised if he does more than sort of worker kill or two. And he does pick up another worker here, which is nice. Then he's going to go transfer to his next base. Neither player actually producing anything right now, probably just trying to micro their hearts out to keep all of this alive. Obviously every worker is really quite important at this early stage of the game. Actually SC Shadow has actually dropped down to only 7 workers, which is kind of a big deal. It's actually a proxy workshop follow-up from Marion, so clearly been watching some other players in the top. Well, maybe he just made it up himself, but we have seen this before in tournaments. He's still dancing around the main base trying to get a little bit of damage done, and he may yet just get that worker pick. He's going for it. Nope, going to get denied again. But obviously the wolves do have regeneration, so they will be able to just keep poking in and out for now. And right now there's not really much to deal with the catapult. As much as you can send workers after it, the wolves then have free range to just sort of try and get as many pickups as they can. So I'm just going to try and transition it into his normal build, grab a house, but it's going to be difficult. Once the barracks pops out though, he should be safe, and he should be able to push away this attack. Marion, I think, making the correct choice and electing to just put as much pressure on as he can. He could then macro out of this, grab a second base, and go from there. But he's delayed his opponent's base so much that this aggression might very well pan out for him. The first catapult's halfway done, and he's still producing wolves off this one base. He's actually supply blocked, which I don't think he's realised. So he is going to be kept out here, but he does end up losing the wolf in the corner, so it doesn't matter. The biggest thing is making sure he resolves it so this catapult comes out in time. There we go, the house starts up. Oh, but that does leave him distracted. Marion might actually lose this wolf here. Not really very much damage done for that health, which is not great. Shadow's still not managing to clean all this up. which is not great on his behalf, but the wolf will almost go down now. There we go, gets killed in the corner. But there's 4 wolves here ready to defend this catapult here from Marion. I don't even think he really needs to go for the tower. Right now he can just attack the main base of Shadow. Shadow is actually going to spot this and is going to come out after the catapult, but the wolves should be here to defend this. And the spacing is going to be completely in Marion's hands. There we go, he's actually going to try and pick off this next worker. And the workers are going to get pulled to try and deal with this, but the wolves should be able to pick up a few more kills. Oh, catapult actually lands in amongst those. And this is going to be so difficult for Shadow to deal with right now. He's trying to get the barracks up in the back. This tower's on its way. It's already down to just under 300 health. It's getting repaired now. But bear in mind all of this is still only off 1 base for Marion. Shadow, sorry. No, Marion? I'm way too tired. I'm getting confused. So, Shadow is getting more workers. So we'll be able to slowly macro out of this if he's careful. But it's a dangerous position. He's going to try and get in on top of these catapults. The wolves here, though, are ready to defend and will push this back. And as much as the time is on the side of the economy of Shadow, this pressure is not going to go away. Is Shadow going to be able to hold it here? Marion steps forward once again with the catapults. And actually trying to pick off a few workers, but that's not going to work. He's going to come around now on the right hand side, and the wolves are going to land a little bit more damage. He probably actually has enough wolves here just to dive the tower, to be honest. But no, he's going to back out. He's going to play the patient game. And his own tower is nearly done. He's just going to keep forcing these workers off of his catapults. And he can actually repair these catapults. I'm not sure if he's aware of this. It's kind of a weird thing that not many people remember. But you can actually repair those. And this tower is now going to go down. These catapults are going to burst it with enough DPS to get rid of that. But there are units out on the way for Shadow, but I don't think they're going to be enough. And here we go. Marion's going to step in now. The tower's on low health, and the wolves are just looking for the cleanup. They're going to pick off 1 worker at the back here. The 2 soldiers are going to do a lot of damage there. That's pretty nice. And actually, not much damage done there for Marion. These wolves are not doing as much as they should do, but another worker will get picked off at the back. The tower's down now, so they can just sit comfortably underneath the tower of Marion. He's going to get another pick off there. No, not quite. But now this space is under threat. And it's going to be dropping down to 15 supply versus 26 right now. Shadow's trying to zone out with these soldiers, but there's not much he can really do. He'd love to get on top of the catapult, but that's never going to happen. The wolves aren't going to allow it. He's getting into a little bit of damage to this wolf, which is nice. But Marion can just sit under his own tower right now. The house is going to go down, which isn't a big pickup, but it's a little bit annoying and allow the wolves to actually get in through this choke. There we go, the wolves are going to try and dash into the main base now. There's a good Sim City there to keep the workers protected. But the Shadow just has no answer to this. He's 10 supply behind, and there's actually soldiers coming in behind this now for Marion. A little bit of lag there for the players, which is mildly unfortunate. Shadow actually up at 176 APM, desperately trying to defend this. Marion decided he doesn't want the natural base, he wants to go for the kill here. The wolves are going to try and slip past, but there's a lot of soldiers. Oh, Marion, is he going to lose the catapults? He's stepping too far forward, but I don't think he has enough, Shadow has enough soldiers present. He's going to try and pin these wolves into a corner. Not sure what's causing the lag, it might be me, I'll have to check in a minute. I'd be very surprised if it was. I don't normally lag. Shadow does have enough soldiers right now that he is forcing these wolves back, but the soldiers coming for Marion, and there's the tower on the way. He does keep trying to direct catapult fire to keep these soldiers moving, which I'm not sure about. I'd much rather he just takes out the second base, but he's going to go for it. Soldiers once again trying to get in, but the wolves just nipping at their heels. And now this forward tower is about to go down. That's it. The natural base is about to be completely zoned out for Shadow. There'll be very little he can do. He can just, Marion can just sit here in this choke and bomb out his barracks. Oh, no, Marion. Stepping a little bit too far forward there. Possibly going to get... There we go. The catapults are alright and they can get repaired. But now there's a lot of units here for Marion. Not much Shadow can do. His natural base is already at half health. That's going to go down. This fast expand that he went for is going to bite him in the backside against Marion's sort of very aggressive. Shadow obviously known a little bit in this tournament for some of the more unorthodox builds, but Marion obviously going for this consistent aggressive timing, and it served him well. He's done a lot of damage with it in this tournament. Alright, Marion's going to go in now. There's a nice concave for Shadow, so he's just going to back out for a second. But this natural base is going to die. It's 2 racks versus the racks and den here. And Marion's in a great spot. He's going to step forward. The catapult shots don't quite land on anything important. He's got to make sure he doesn't hit his own wolves with these, which he may well do. Oh, he does clip a soldier. The workers are going to get pulled now. I'm surprised that Marion's not pulled his own workers yet. Oh, nice catapult shots landing in on that soldier. Now he's going to take it in a nice choke where the workers can't do so much. The soldier's doing a lot of damage. Shadow trying to sort of gold walk through to get at these catapults, but they're not going to do much. He might be able to hold right now. He does have an equal count of soldiers, and these catapults aren't really hitting much, but the tower's obviously going to do a fair chunk of damage. That's actually hitting some soldiers. He might clear this up though. I think there are enough workers here. He might clear this up and he might hold, but obviously there's a second tower behind this. He does lose one catapult, but another catapult is on the way. There we go. Yet more workers are going to go down to catapult fire. These riflemen are doing a fair amount of work, but the tower still stands. And let's see, Shadow in a very difficult position. He could lose game 1 here. He obviously has the rest of the best of 5 to try and bring this back, but that's not an easy task. Marion's still on one base here. He's going to throw down another wolves den, so he can actually start to put pressure on these riflemen. He doesn't really want to sit here sieging up forever. And very scrappy play, but it's working out very well. Shadow's doing a lot of work with these riflemen though. There's not really many ground units yet for Marion. Oh, that would be nice though if Marion can actually get a pick with that wolf. No, he won't actually manage to target down the low health units. And so that's not going to work out too well for him. He does pick up an extra rifleman though there for free with his catapult, so that's pretty nice. Doesn't quite get another one. We'll have to back up this tower. He's reinforcing this, but he's sort of feeding it in piecemeal by piecemeal, and he just needs to group up and try and actually go for one big push once he's got a couple of extra units. There we go, he's actually going to go for it. He's putting all the workers. He's decided enough is enough. He should be able to do it here. Yeah, he does have the unit advantage. He's got 3 wolves and 3 soldiers versus 1 soldier, 3 riflemen. He doesn't want to lose this catapult unduly. But here we go. Shadow's backing up, and the catapult shots don't actually land on Marine's own units, which is not a great start to this. The workers are coming in, they're going to try and get a surround in on these soldiers, pin them down. The workers of Shadow are going to be pulled here, but there's only 5 to 12. The catapult shots now coming in. One soldier is going to get buried under rocks. The workers are coming in here right now. All the workers of Shadow are going to get